When feminism was cool, I said the same things. Now that masculinity is cool, I'm saying the same things. If feminism becomes cool again, I will say the same things. But I'm Andrew Tate. I'm the top G. I fear nobody. Put me in jail. I don't care. By myself, sitting there with the cockroaches, just me and Tristan smoking cigarettes. I'm fearless. Doesn't matter to me. The chick, these chicks who are TradCon now, will they flip when the game flips? We'll see, because a lot of women do that.
But if the idea is that a lot of these influencers are following the trend, that means being masculine, have traditional values is now the trend.
It is.
Isn't that actually positive for society that these women are doing these things because they weren't doing it 5 years ago?
100%. It's amazing that they're saying these things. It's amazing that we've changed the culture. I believe I was part of that. Trump was part of that. You saying the right thing's part of that. What is cool now wasn't cool 3 years ago. Things are changing. I'm not complaining that they're making this content. I'm glad they are. My question is, how true are their core beliefs? And then you go deeper down the rabbit hole into the semi-misogyny area where people are going to have a panic attack. How true is any woman's core belief when she can't defend the belief? You go deeper down the rabbit hole, you understand. If you're not prepared to defend an idea, you don't hold an idea. If you're not prepared to stand up to people who disagree with you and defend it vigorously, then you've never held it in the first place. If you can't defend it, it's not yours. So a lot of women, when they're challenged openly because they fear societal pressure, they feel being ostracized, they feel being criticized, they don't want to be insecure, they fear these things, and because they're not brave enough to deal with the consequences of holding a controversial idea, no woman's going to jail for her idea. I did. Name a chick who's going to go sit with the cockroaches for 93 days in a Romanian dungeon for her idea on YouTube. Name one. Not a single one. They're pussies, as they should be. They're women. I don't want women to be as brave as me. So they're scared. So if you're a woman and you can be scared out of saying certain things, and you're scared of being criticized for certain things, and you're scared of physical confrontation, and you're scared of being ostracized, do you even believe anything? Do you really believe it? This is a philosophical question.
Yeah.
Do you truly believe it? You may believe it when you say it, but there's a difference between believing something when it's convenient and it's soft and it's easy and believing something when it's hard. They're very different things. I know my beliefs are core to my heart. I know that I believe them because I will suffer for them. If you don't suffer for your idea, do you believe it?
And do you really want women to stand up for their ideas anyway?
Misogynist.
Because, for example, I remember in 2020, we were going to vote. And 2016 and 2020, my wife is originally from Korea, so she became an American citizen after we got married.
Yep.
It was the first time that she had the ability to vote.
Yep.
And we were going to vote, and she was really excited because she finally got her right to vote. And she says to me, "Who are you voting for?" And I said, "You can vote for whoever you want. This is your decision." She's like, "No, I get that, and I'm really excited to do it. But why would I vote against you? Because then I'm canceling your vote. Correct. Whatever you do, I want to vote what you're voting because I want to amplify your vote."
Absolutely.
And it's not that she doesn't think for herself. It's that she realized that she can fight me and oppose me, or she can amplify me. Absolutely. And her gut instinct was, I'd rather amplify my husband rather than choose something else.
Absolutely. And that's what a good woman does. I can even tell you from my current battle, the current battle I'm in, I don't think most people understand or would ever be capable of understanding what a matrix attack does to you. I've had no banks. I'm banned from everything from Skype to Uber to Gmail to Instagram to YouTube. No app on my phone works. I've had no access to money for 2 years. I was in jail for 93 days. I was locked in my house for 5 months. I wasn't allowed to leave my house. Okay, I live in a very nice mansion, but imagine I didn't. How do you make money when you're locked in your house? You're financially decimated. All my cars were taken off me. $900,000 in cash was taken off me. All my gold was taken off me. My diamond watch collection was taken off me. My children were harassed. The mothers of my children were arrested. The crap I've been through is monumental. Most women couldn't handle that. Most men couldn't handle that. And the women near me say the same thing. They say, "You're a hero." And I think a woman's job to a man is to power him up with love and let him go. It's like feed the bear and let the bear go fight. You give the bear some food and then you say, "Go kill." And that's a woman's job. She loves her man and she gives her man power to go out there and face the world. It's not her job to face the world. It's our job to face the world. And she powers us with love. And what your wife said is perfectly correct. She's there to help you and amplify you and power you up and make you as powerful a force as possible in the world, whether it's your vote or anything else. That is a woman's job. And a woman who is good at being a woman will do exactly that. She isn't going to come along and try and oppose her man or be as good at her as her man at anything. My girl will open say to me, I'm not as organized as you. I'm not as smart as you. I'm not as quick as you. I'm not as fast as you. I'm not as brave as you. All the things you do, I don't know how you do it, but I'll try and love you and make you happy so you're good at doing them. And that's why we're such a powerful force. And that's why we work so fantastically together, which goes into another point earlier that we were saying earlier about women defending ideas. It's kind of interesting because we can apply this to feminism also. Women don't hold ideas without men because women can't defend ideas. Feminism's a male movement because feminists need men as much as they demonize men. Because if you have a open conversation with a feminist and you really disagree with her and you oppose it and she gets offended or upset, she's going to call the police and she's going to call men. She is. Like, if you look at a society where women can't call the police, how many are feminists? None. Feminism is supported by men in masculine capability and masculine threat of violence, like the rest of society. Every idea on the planet, I don't think many people understand this, every idea on the planet is backed by the threat of violence. We say we live in a peaceful society. That's a scam. Any idea any of us hold is backed by the threat of violence. The government says you need to pay your parking ticket. If you don't pay it, they'll add more money. And if you don't pay it, they'll send you a court summons. And if you don't go, they'll send a bailiff to take things from your house. And if you refuse to let them in, police will come. And if you refuse to comply with the police, they get violent. It all comes down to violence in the end. So if you have any idea anywhere, even feminism, a woman will sit there and say, men are trash. And a man will sit there and be insulted by it. And let's say that man is low IQ and he's an idiot. And he says, don't call me trash again. I find that offensive. If a man calls me trash, I'll punch him in the face. And you said we're equal, so don't call me trash again because I see us as equal now. Don't do it. And she goes, I still think you're trash. She's doing that because she knows she can call the police. And the police are men with guns, masculine men, violent men. The exact men she said were toxically masculine and she didn't like, she now relies on to insult. So it's insane that all ideas in society are backed by violence, which means all ideas in society are backed by men and our innate capability for violence, meaning feminism is supported because men allow it to exist. And feminism requires male violence and toxically masculine males more than nearly any other idea, which shows how false the whole thing is. So we're talking about, do women even have any ideas and can they support any ideas because they can't handle the being ostracized? Do women have any ideas at all without men? Or do women always, since the dawn of human time, found a man they respect and adopt his ideas like your wife did? Maybe they've always done that. Has there ever been a society of women where the women held vastly different ideas to the men? Ever? Has there ever been?
Well, then, because I have a daughter, you have a daughter.
Correct.
And people are watching and be like, you can't say that because you guys have daughters. I hear it all the time, right? Regardless.
My daughter has my ideas. I'll just say it right now. My daughter's going to listen to me.
And I think of women, and I want my daughter to be able to work because she chooses to work, not because she has to work.
Agreed.
If she wants to pursue a career of something of passion, of embetterment of the world, amazing.
Yep.
If you want to make a decision to better society and you have the ability to learn and think and you want to create change, amazing. If you have to grow up and you have to work a job that you absolutely hate just for the sake of working, I'm adamantly against that.
Yeah.
And that's the guy's rule.
100%. And I think everyone often comes at me with that as well. They're like, well, you have daughters. Why do you think what you think? What did I just say that's bad? I said that men protect ideas in the world. We protect masculine ideas and we protect the ideas of women. Women adhere to male ideas because women can't defend an idea. That's what I've said. And there's nothing bad about that. And I'll make it clear how my daughter's life is going to work. I'm in charge because I'm responsible. You are going to listen to your father. I'm going to pay for you and take care of you. Those two things go hand in hand. If you stop listening to me, I will not take care of you. If you find another man, he better take care of you, which means you have to be very careful who you choose because you're a millionaire living a princess life. You're flying on private jets at 2 years old and you're taken care of by your father who will die to protect you. The second you get a boyfriend, that ends and he is in charge. So if he can't put you on jets and he can't die to protect you, you better choose better. And I strongly recommend you wait a very long time and make sure your first boyfriend's your only boyfriend. And you better not mess it up. And you better get a good one. And I believe that if I give her a good enough life in her early years and she understands that as soon as she finds a man she loses me, she's going to be very selective of the man she chooses because I'm a hard man to match. That's my job. And that's my goal. And I'm not going to have a daughter who disobeys me. I'm not going to have a daughter who disregards what I say and is still rewarded by my monumental competence and enormous finance. She's going to obey me, and she's going to have a very good life until she finds another rich man who can do as she says, who can take care of her. It's as simple as that. And I don't think it's that complicated a premise. I actually think it's far more difficult to raise a son than a daughter. The problem with raising a son is that, and I'm very careful about how many kids I say I have, etc. But when you're raising your son, the biggest problem is the mother. Because most mothers don't understand how difficult a boy's life needs to be for him to be truly competitive. If you're raising a daughter, it's very easy. She's a princess. She sometimes cries. You can play games with her. You make her laugh. She's best friends with the mom. It's all a big happy scenario. Ha ha ha, it's all happy. If my 3-year-old daughter cries, don't care. If my 3-year-old boy cries, I'm enraged. What are you crying over? Welcome to the real world, boy. What are you crying for? And when I was young, my father would walk past me and just push me over. Just push me over at random. And I'd get up. And my mom would say, why are you doing that? And you say, because that's life. That's life as a man. You get pushed over and you just got to get up. If you're raising a son and you do that, the son may cry a bit, but he'll get over it. He'll learn the game. He'll understand the game. Your son will actually get good at the game. You'll see him start to learn to backpedal and laugh and say, ha ha ha, you didn't get me, Dad. It'll all become fun. The only problem is the wife, the woman. Leave him alone. The woman makes him soft. Most women don't understand how hard life is as a man because they've never experienced it and how hard you need to be on a boy. And I say to Tristan all the time, I said, if it was just you and me raising our sons, they would be killers, bruv. Killers. Imagine that, men raising boys. Spartans. Bro, but the wife is all like, So I think raising a boy is harder because you have the wife sometimes in the way of what they truly need to become killers. Raising a girl is easy. I don't know what boyfriend's going to come along because my daughter's going to understand. She's going to say to her boyfriend, if we sleep together, all my life ends. And I'm in a Lambo and I'm in a mansion and I'm flying on jets and everything. Can you pay for this? Like, if he can't pay for it, it's over. And I'm unforgiving and stubborn, and she'll know that. You get one shot. You get one chance. Don't mess it up.
I feel like when she goes into that situation in life where she has to make a decision and you don't agree, you're going to realize raising a daughter is the hardest thing in the world. Because now you're going to be put into a choice. Because she defied you at something you were adamantly against, but she's still your daughter. And then now you're really going to have to make a hard decision.
I know what you're saying.
Because you say, that's it. These are my rules. But when it happens, you're like, but I love her.
You know what? You're totally right. But the thing is, I'm a feminist. So as a feminist, I believe that women are adults and they're sovereign individuals and they come to their own conclusions and make their own choices. And I believe, just as I'd explain to a man very calmly, fairly, and rationally, that if there is cause and effect in this universe and that all of their actions will have an equal and opposite reaction. And I believe that women are just as capable. So when I explain to her that her life ends the second she chooses a man, and if that man cannot replicate the life I currently provide for her, she's going to have to do with that substandard version of reality. It's her choice to make. And I will tell you one thing, Matt. I am as stubborn as they come. I am as... If I won't listen to the Matrix, and I'll go to a jail cell with the cockroaches...